cover now, but I still hear a twang.
Oh, I see that. That's because you're really from the Midwest or from the South. But
Is that
New
it?
York. Yeah,
I don't think that's the kind of twang that he meant.
Well.
Anyway, brothers, sisters, gender resistors, why don't you tell me what we're listening to today? That's like the best Jesse the Body Ventura impression I've ever done. Holy shit, that was really good. That was a little better. Yeah. This is allegedly the comic book rundown. That's allegedly Joe. That's allegedly Ron. And we allegedly watched The Predator.
Nope. Just Predator. Because The Predator
you're right.
is
My apologies.
a different one.
The Predator is
dumb. Like
its own movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the Batman and Batman and...
Oh, I didn't say it's good. Like, I don't like the fact that they just put the in front of a title. Like Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad. Like, that's the stupid. At least do something smart like Fast and Furious.
The Predator is the like Battle Royale one, right?
That's the Adrian Brody one in like the 2007, right?
Oh, so like that's the one where he gets that species, that little alien thing that turns into something, and then he's the predator, right? Because he ends up fucking it at the end of the movie.
So I've never seen that one. So,
Ron, have you actually seen that movie?
Splice? Yeah.
Oh no, I meant the Predator.
Oh, maybe if that's the one that's got
because you were actually shockingly close to guessing that is the plot of that movie.
I'll say the only Predator movies I've seen I think a little bits and pieces of the Predator, bits and pieces of this, AVP 1 and 2, and Prey.
Anal vaginal penetration. What?
Yep. Archie versus pedophiles. Yep.
Or we should read Archie versus Predator.
We already did.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
They were something.
They're fun. I enjoyed those.
Yeah, they are fun. So we watched Predator
from 1987.
1987. With a absolute murder row of action actors. There's a lot, and like the shit that's behind like some of the scenes of this stuff is like really funny because like notoriously Jesse the Body Ventura like wanted to make sure that he looked as good as possible in this movie and like was trying to like kind of coup d'etat some of the stuff that went on in it. It's very interesting. So
I got to read some of the stuff on IMDb. Once again, shit ton of trivia for this one.
I think we need to start a new count. Go ahead. Sorry. Well, you need to start a new count though.
New count for what?
Or I don't know, or like a check the box or something of was this movie shot on location, and if so, is there now a theme park because all the shit that they used was just left there and then the locals made a theme park out of it?
That's only one movie. That's
this movie and Popeye.
They did for this movie?
Yeah. So
the movie shot on location, but
they shot on location. They left a bunch of the shit there, like the chopper and a bunch of other stuff. I think one of the Predator suits, which now it looks real like beat up and stuff. It's not good. It's not a good theme park, but like you can like go visit the stuff, and it has like a Predator like billboard and stuff like that. It's very interesting. Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's one of the few movies that like left. I mean, like so like Star Wars too, like Tatooine. They left all the stuff.
I mean, and then when they came back and for Return of the Jedi, it was just like, oh hey, we need that stuff again.
Mm-hmm. It was very interesting.
And then again for Phantom Menace.
Yep.
Yeah. No. So what I was gonna say is the few trivia things I did see was that Jesse Ventura kind of like from the sounds of it, everybody behind the scenes had a really good time for the most part. But like Jesse would like pick on Arnold. Like allegedly he had heard from the wardrobe that he had bigger muscles than Arnold, and so he like challenged him to a thing to measuring the muscles, and apparently Arnold had told the wardrobe to be like, hey, just tell him that he's bigger.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Because he knew Jesse would like play into it. Like they literally ribbed each other like it was like an 80s pro wrestling locker room.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like, it's so good. Which is like hilarious because realistically, Carl Weathers has the biggest fucking arms in this movie. Dude, his arms were humongous. I don't remember his arms being that big.
Well, because I mean, I don't like. It's been forever since I've seen Rocky. Rocky came out in the early '80s.
I thought Rocky was in the 70s.
Was it '70s?
Fuck, I don't know. I can't check, but I'm pretty sure.
78, I think.
Okay. I mean, he was. I mean, he wasn't like huge, but he was still well stacked there. But then, like last thing I've seen him in, you know, in Happy Gilmore, he had lost a lot of that. In A Mandalorian, he was down to a normal size for a 70-year-old man.
It's 76.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like yeah, he was jacked in this movie. He looked bigger than Arnold.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody was on the gas in this movie just to be as like peak as possible.
I know that from what I read, Carl Weathers said that the whole crew, the whole cast was like waking up at 3:00 in the morning to go work out before the filming. Allegedly, Jesse and Arnold, like Jesse apparently poured water all over himself, I guess, when Arnold was coming in to make it look like he had worked out so hard. Yeah. So Arnold started coming in a little earlier, and then Jesse started coming in a little earlier than him. And it got to the point where they were coming in at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Fucking asshole.
What idiots.
But then, according to what Carl Weathers said, at an interview at a convention somewhere, like everybody was coming in super early, but then he went in after everybody else to make it look like his was just kind of all natural. So he didn't let them know that he was actually working out. Although
that's awesome.
How you can't figure that out. Like
they're like a bunch of petty bitches.
They are.
God damn.
They're a bunch of fucking little high school boys. Like just trying to one up each other the whole time. Oh, it's so fucking good. Oh, I love this movie.
Because of all that, you see the chemistry in this movie. It's a great movie.
That is true. I'm pretty sure. I did feel like there were a couple of homoerotic scenes in there that
a couple?
I was being generous.
Okay.
Yeah. Hendrix, was that the one guy with the glasses?
That kept ripping on his girlfriend for having a huge cooter?
Yeah.
Yes.
He definitely was yeah.
I mean, he did help make the bingo list, so
that's true.
Yeah, you give us yeah. There's also something on here I remember now. Okay, when we go
the Mac and Blaine stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because he definitely, like, as soon as Blaine gets killed, he like loses it.
Dude, that's because that was his lover that died.
It definitely seemed that way. Although I do appreciate that scene.
He did talk about how they took out like 100 guys together, and they were the only ones that came out unscathed. So like, I assume that. Yeah, I assume that wasn't like a fight. I assume it was something else. But
no, I definitely appreciate once Blaine gets killed, Mac comes running up and just starts shooting his gun into the trees, and then literally everybody else just comes up, does not ask any questions, and just unloads literally all of their magazines.
I fucking laughed so hard at that because I was just like, just fucking kill it, just shoot anywhere, just do it.
It's just like when one dog starts barking and all the rest of the dogs.
Yes,
that's exactly what it reminded me of. Because like Arnold just runs up there and he's like, gunshot.
Yeah, this movie is like the boys, like just them boys versus it's like
it's very Expendables. Like it's like Expendables 1.
It's like
but better because the Expendables was fine.
It's like the middle class like Sandlot boys versus the rich privileged white kid who has all the cool shit, but they just want to play baseball. You know what I mean? Like that's
because like Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, actually, yeah, 100. It's Mighty Ducks. This is Mighty Ducks, and it all technically goes back to the Mummy. I'm pretty sure we could draw it back there.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
We haven't had a mummy drop in a while.
That's true. But watching this, I was like, wow, the Predator's kind of like the rich privileged kid in this movie. Like he has the better technology. He is definitely like hunting them for like sport, and they're the poor
Mhm.
people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which like,
Hey, that's
I
not
know
true. They weren't all poor people. One of them was a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus. So
that's that is
Yeah, that's
accurate.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and another one was a governor at one point. Two of them. Two of them were
Two of them.
governors.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
shit. Yo, what is this country that we put two guys from this movie
really.
specifically?
What? Who was our last president? I mean,
Uh-huh.
come on,
Listen,
dude.
yeah, it was the 90s,
But it
right?
no.
90s and then
I
2000?
think Jesse Ventura was governor
90s.
in the 90s.
But
Arnold was in
Arnold
2000.
was in the yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, come on. Like Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yeah.
Donald Trump
I
is
mean,
a fucking
I know, but I'm
pigeon.
saying specifically from this movie.
Oh,
Got people into this, like, got into office. I mean, which is weird because, like, if it was any other time, I just really like to point out quick that Jesse Ventura drops a hard F-bomb, like in the beginning of the movie, and calls everybody.
Yes.
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I was for some reason don't remember that at all. And it, for whatever reason, caught me off guard. But I feel like as part of the committee, I feel like he gets away with one. He gets one. You know what I mean? Like he used his one F card.
We should probably mention, Chuck, you've seen this a bunch
Holy
of times,
shit.
right?
I've seen this. I mean, again, it's a low number for most people, but like
Sure.
high for me. I think has to be 12 or 13 times. Like
I think
Damn.
it's really high.
I've made people watch this movie with me. Like
Awesome.
they've like I've never seen it. I was like, oh, so I know what we're doing. We're watching Predator.
Yeah.
This
This is the first viewing for me. Like first viewing, start to finish. I've
Yeah.
seen bits and pieces throughout. Like I've seen the ending hundreds of times
right.
because it gets posted on social media constantly. And
Did
then obviously
you
all of the
watch it on
one-liners.
Hulu?
Yes. Did you also have trouble finding it on Hulu?
Yes.
We were
I
just
had,
talking about that before we started
Yeah.
recording. Like having to
Very
scroll all the way down to the bottom.
so I had to Google it to use the Hulu link to the movie because I couldn't scroll because I was watching it on my phone and it just wouldn't come up for whatever
So dumb.
reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Ron,
but
first time, second time, how many times have you seen this?
This would be my third time seeing it all the way through.
Okay.
The first time I watched it, I was a little kid. Like I watched it with my dad.
Oh, that tracks for
Yeah. And then I watched it. I think Jess and I bought it on DVD, and we watched it then, and then this time right here.
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen bits and pieces. I never count bits and pieces.
Yeah,
but, like,
me neither. Because if
it
that
gets-
was the case, it'd be a lot higher.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it would be because like they used to show it on TBS all the
Yep.
time. It used to be the lead-in for like Nitro a lot of the time. So
right, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, good. Oh god.
Or like every single time you see a meme from it.
Oh yeah, this
the arm
meme.
is
meme
I found at least 4 memes in it.
Yeah, I can think
You got the arms. You got the I don't have time to bleed.
Yeah, I don't have time. To
Oh, okay. I didn't.
The get to the choppa and the do it now.
Yeah. I didn't think about the bleed one.
I
did
five.
like-
The Predator pushing the button for the explosion's a pretty big.
Oh
like,
yeah, I forgot
meme.
about that one.
Yeah, that was a big meme a while back.
I loved the when Arnold threw the knife and or the
Stick around.
hatchet. Yeah. Apparently that was ad-libbed.
Probably.
Really?
It was
Because that
good.
just sounds like his shtick.
It's a
like-
very Arnold thing. I mean,
Yeah, a
arguably,
lot
this
of
is
people-
probably one of his best roles.
Oh yeah, this was so two things. One, bearded Arnold is forever cursed. Like it just never looks settling to me when he has a beard. For whatever reason, it just doesn't look natural on him. It always looks. I'm sure it was his real beard.
Yeah.
But I'm just so used to him being clean shaven all the time. And in the beginning of this movie, he has like kind of a beard.
He has
Before
like a
he
5
leaves-
o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it's like a
But
7
it's like
o'clock.
enough. It's like enough.
Yes.
Like he doesn't have the camouflage paint on yet to kind of like blend it in. But specifically in Running Man, he's got the worst fucking beard you've ever seen.
Oh
I
god,
watched Dark Fury. It's kind of a bad beard in that one too.
man! I have not
Or
seen
Bait-
Running Man in fucking decades. I don't know why you would bring that garbage up.
I love that movie.
No, look, there's some great parts to it, and there's some fantastic costumes. Okay, so hear me out. A Halloween party where everybody has to dress as one of the competitors from Running Man.
Oh yeah, yo, I'm so here for that. Hell yeah. Oh, I love Running Man. But yeah, I just forgot where I was going with all this. But the opening scene where the ship drops the alien off.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the first time I've ever seen that because I was like, "What the fuck is that? I remember this."
I'll say that part was bad.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
That was fucking trash.
It looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible.
Like, I'm fairly certain that like whoever put that together handed their kid a crayon, and they're like, "Here, can you show me what a spaceship would look like if it dropped somebody off into the planet?"
Yep.
So, out of curiosity, because I'm pretty sure I heard this somewhere, or read this somewhere, I watched it in one of the later movies. So the Predator here gets dropped off, and he's hunting people. Mm-hmm. Does it ever get revealed that, like, it was a proving ground for him? Like the Predator has to come here to hunt beings.
Not in this movie.
But it does get revealed in the movie, right? One of the movies?
So in the second one, I think they talk about it when he's on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The second one...
I feel like I remember that in either the first Alien vs. Predator, maybe? They mentioned it?
Yeah, I feel like... I know that I know in Alien vs. Predator, they talk about it. That, like, coming to Earth and getting your trophies... Because essentially, they're hunting the trophies. That's why he has... Yes. The skulls and
that he gently caresses and
yeah,
it's his baby.
Did he like burn the brains and all the other stuff out of the skull? Because when he rips them out of the body, I feel like the brain would still be intact in there, and the eyeballs would still be intact in there.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be burnt.
Okay.
Or when he freezes it or whatever, he blows across it after he pulls out Billy's, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was curious. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I want to say maybe in 2. Or is it Predators with an S? That's when a bunch of them show up.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Like I said, I feel like I remember it being somewhere. Like I heard it in probably AVP. I just didn't know where it was established.
But I don't...
No, you know what, Joey? I know exactly where you saw that. It was in Archie versus Predator, or Predator versus Archie, because the juvenile Predator says it.
That's right. Okay.
I feel like that is. It is. Actually, that's a great thing. It may not be canon to the actual universe, like because AVP is not canon to the actual Predator universe.
Isn't it?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Is it not canon to the Alien universe then?
I don't believe so. I believe it's its own set, like timeline or story or something. Okay. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's what I was told.
When we get to it, we might be able to figure it out.
It was kind of like Freddy versus Jason was like a thing that happened, but it was neither canon to either of them.
Technically, is canon to Jason, because the events that happen in there lead to Jason X.
Is Jason X actually canon?
Yes.
I didn't think Jason... I fucking love that movie. It's so hard.
It's so terrible, and I love it.
It's so good.
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, put it on your Halloween list. Put it on your fucking Halloween list.
Jason in space, and like when he gets like the metallic new suit and everything looks so
nanotechnology. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Has one of my favorite kill scenes in it, which is he beats somebody with another person in a sleeping bag.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fucking good. It's so good. Oh man, I love that movie.
I mean, they were holograms, but still.
Okay, so very realistically, if you mute when they are building the traps in both scenes and play Carol of the Bells over it, it's actually a prequel to Home Alone.
Yep.
Yep, I'll accept that.
You can't argue that. Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate. I do enjoy their Wile E. Coyote level of setting traps, only to then practically trip them all themselves by accident because they forgot what they were doing.
They set up so many traps.
And like they set so many traps, and at that point, they already know that the thing's watching them.
Yeah.
Yes, but they don't realize that it's in the trees yet. It's after that point.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, maybe they didn't actually realize that yet. Yeah. Okay. Still fucking stupid, though, you big dummies. Yeah. Like, what did you think was going to happen? I still love this movie.
It's good. I will say I didn't realize that they had used zip ties to handcuff people at this point in time. I thought that was more of a 2000s thing. That's just my own little.
No, that zip ties were easy for like detainees of
I'm sure,
war.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a thing that's been going on forever. I just didn't know that. I thought it was something that happened.
Right. It's just zip tie though. They don't have like the zip handcuffs now.
Yeah.
So
harder to break.
When Arnie's getting chased down by the predator, right, and he falls off the cliff and like ends up in the water, the shot where he is like going over the edge of the cliff, like it looks like they're straight up land, like all the way across there, and then the water's like 20 feet away. But then he hits the middle of the water because they cut to a different scene where it's like him dropping.
Yeah, exactly.
But most importantly, does Arnold Schwarzenegger not know how to swim? Because when he comes out of the...
I believe that's actually a thing. Yeah, he doesn't actually know how to swim.
Okay. Yeah. I was curious
if I remember right.
I don't.
Because he drops it. I know you don't, Joey.
I feel like in that Netflix documentary, he talks about the fact that he never learned how to swim and he never learned how to ride a bike. Something like that? Yeah.
So you're telling me that I could be Arnold? Because I also don't really know how to ride a bike. I can, just not very good.
I can't turn on a bike.
I'm just
like
bad about
I have to really take a really wide turn to get around things.
That's fair.
Yeah. I kind of like lean. I don't dare turn the
I'm really worried about you guys.
Flip.
Like,
yo, listen. I don't ride.
I live in the country.
Listen, Chuck has an excuse.
That's right.
His dad never came back from the cigarette run.
Sure.
That's true.
Joey, I don't even know.
I grew up in the country with literally no flat like concrete anywhere.
What do you need concrete for? You're riding a bicycle, dude.
Yeah, well, I feel like if you ride in the grass, it might fall over.
It's way harder to ride in grass because my dad
did you not have a road?
No, it was gravel.
I've been to your dad's house. There's a road that goes to
the one out in the country.
Oh,
before. Yeah,
you can learn on a gravel road.
Yeah, gravel's easy, man.
Yeah,
that's how you get the good scars.
Yeah, exactly. My dad did try to teach me how to ride a bike. Because he thought it was embarrassing that I was still on training wheels. So he tried
you
to
were
teach
13.
Me. What was I?
I thought his dad left at like 10.
I was like, yeah. No, he left when I was 15 months old. Okay. So, but
no wonder you couldn't ride the bike.
It was one of the weekends, one of the weekends where I was being a burden on him because he couldn't go hunting. I want to say I was like 9 or 10 when he was trying to teach me, and he made me like learn on grass uphill. And he also wouldn't help me keep my balance, and I fell off a lot. And he was just like, "Oh, you'll never learn." It took me a very long time to learn how to ride a bike.
It's better to be at the top of the hill and going down.
You would think.
The way my dad taught me was he put me on the bike, and he had a hold of the back of the seat like this, and he started pushing, and he's like, "Pedal your feet." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Pedal your feet." So I started pedaling. He just pushes me and lets me go.
Yeah. And apparently that's how that's the best way to learn. It's like,
I mean, it worked. I only wrecked like 3 or 4 times before I got the hang of it. So
yeah. Anyway, Joe, you got any more notes?
I do actually. Okay. I was gonna say, like, apparently Dutch's body or Arnold's body is a lot more dense than everybody else's because
Blaine when he gets shot with the laser.
Yeah, Blaine gets whatever punched right through him. Who was Dylan gets his arm shot off. And
dude, and it only bothers him for like 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, because he gets killed like 6 seconds
after. Well, no, like he shoots his arm off, and he's like, and then he's like, and he unslings the gun with his other arm, and then then he gets killed.
You're confused, okay? Because he got orders from Darth Vader that he had to set the weapons to stun at that point, okay? Because they needed to bring Dutch in alive. So what he hit him with was a stun laser.
That was very potent stun laser because he's got a scar on his chest from it.
See, I thought that Arnie was wearing like his dog tags right there, and the laser beam reflected off the dog tags.
I mean, that could work.
Maybe he has a force field like Power Rangers. Yeah.
No, I just thought it was funny. Like everybody else either lost some body part and Arnold had bounced off them. Literally,
Jesse fought for his death scene because he didn't want to go out like a bitch. Apparently, was his like big thing. He also was supposed to be the first one to die, and he was just like, "Oh, you can't have me die first." And so I think he's the second one.
Yes.
Third.
Yeah.
No, because we get
it kills the dude with the glasses.
Yeah.
It kills that muskrat or whatever, and then or the skunk, and then it kills him.
And there was like an there was like I don't know if it was just rumor or innuendo or what, but he wanted the scene where he died, where he actually like fist fights the Predator originally. Like he wanted to actually like put up a fight to the Predator, and they were just like, "No, we're not filming that." Like and
then they let Arnie do it later.
Yeah, they let Arnie do it later.
It's a movie, so.
But like all the parts of the Predator, like in the suit, is all shot like I don't know within like 4 days of each other because that suit was like A, really expensive, B, was a pain in the dick to put on, and also like the dude died of heat stroke almost because like the suit wasn't breathable at all.
Damn.
Also, it was hard to move. Apparently, when just for him to move, they had to have like a apparatus to help him move, like to make it look fluid.
Yeah.
So yeah.
However, does not help because what kind of breaks the like magic for me is those horrible hands. The like, it looks.
It's the lady at the bank that never cuts her fingernails.
Yes, who can't take the money out? Oh my god, I thought the same thing. I was like, holy shit! I feel like I'm standing in like the gas station line waiting for like LaToya to get the rest of the change pennies out, but she can't because her fingernails are too long. Fuck, dude,
love it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was just like, it like kind of breaks. Like, he like tries to make the potion to like seal his wound up,
and it definitely looks off a little bit. Yeah,
it looks weird.
Allegedly,
they get better with it.
They do, yes, yeah. Like I said, when it gets to like Prey, which is the most recent one, looks amazing.
Yeah.
Predator looked good, or Predator, the Predator.
According to IMDb, apparently this was supposed to just be Arnold versus the Predator. Like it was just gonna be those two the entire movie. He convinced the heads to be like, "Hey, we need I think it might be better if we had like if I had like a team.
We need people to kill."
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Jesus, killing that village. That was wow.
Yeah, that was rough.
I had a hard time with
and also Wile E. Coyote-esque. Like he lifts the truck up. Like, oh my god. I was like, wow.
This and nobody noticed it until he set it back down.
Yeah, because it was running.
Yeah. So stupid. I loved it.
It was great.
Also, there's some pretty bad stereotypes in this.
Oh, like, was there?
Billy the tracker.
The tracker, yeah. Who I think is Italian, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see here.
I don't think he's indigenous. I could be wrong, but I don't think he is.
I think the other guy was though. The little skinny dude that like gets hit with the trap. I think he might have actually been an indigenous American.
Yeah, but it wasn't convincing enough, so they didn't put him in the role.
Apparently, it's so the guy is Sonny Landham. Apparently, he plays a lot of Native American characters.
Is he in Tombstone?
No,
no, he's not in Tombstone.
He's in Poltergeist and the Warriors. In
I
48
love that
hours. Apparently, he's also a big piece of shit because there was a security guard with him constantly so that he would not start fights with other people.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so I have a question for you guys. So the Predator's blood.
The Mountain Dew blood?
I mean, obviously it's the
The Mountain Dew blood?
I thought that it was glow sticks. But
yeah,
that's blood.
Yeah.
If his blood let off that much light and Arnie couldn't see him, like what the fuck was he even doing?
Also, why did
it's fair.
For some reason I also, and Nate, this is again coming back from AVP, I kept thinking that his blood was also like acidic. Because I remember at the end of AVP, the Predator like scratching marks into the one girl, and I thought it was his blood. It must have been the alien blood.
I think it was alien blood that he uses.
Yeah, no, his blood's never been acidic until they get the Predator morph.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know about the Predator morph?
Again, I've only seen 3 Predator movies.
No, I know, but it's in AVP.
I don't remember those. I remember bits and pieces.
Pretty sure it's AVP 2.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Was that Requiem or whatever?
Yeah.
I remember watching like 30 minutes of that and being like, "Yeah, I'm done with this."
Because the whole thing.
They impregnate one of the Predators, and then the chest buster that comes out of its chest is the thing that becomes the like alien Predator.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm like 99% sure. I could be thinking of the video game. I think because there was a video game tied to it.
But now that you're saying that, it sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, I think it was.
We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, I think it was AVP 2.
Okay.
Anyway.
Also, my last little bit of notes here is when the Predator takes off his mask and he's looking at Arnold or Dutch without the heat vision. I felt like I was playing Virtual Boy again.
That was bad. I didn't understand that either. Like why his regular eyes saw like anything normal. Like how did they ever become the peak Predator with vision like that?
Oh, either of their visions were terrible. Like his thermal looked bad.
He could tell the heat radiance off of things, but then
so,
mud keeping his body temperature down.
Okay, so the original time when he's in the mud, that makes sense because he just fell in the water, which would have dropped his core temperature down, and then crawling through the mud and then sitting where he was. Sure. But then when he's just like painting the mud on him and it's like not, it didn't make any sense at all.
Invisible,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so were we supposed to believe that he doesn't kill him when he's literally holding his face because he thinks he's just staring at a skull again?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah,
because when you see the heat vision, you don't see the nose, the tip of the nose. And it's supposed to look like a skull. And we had seen that scene before where he was like, what was it? What did the thing say? Something purring. When he's touching the skull and like admiring the trophy. Yeah, the subtitle said like silent purring or some soft purring or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, well, it's sexual, but so maybe that's it. I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
No, I don't, because I was thinking he dropped him. He didn't kill him because he didn't have a weapon on him, because he had said earlier when he was talking to Anna,
right,
for her to not grab the gun because he didn't go after her because she was unarmed. But then again, like he's chasing after, a little bit. But then again, he's chasing after him this entire time. So I don't think him not holding a weapon would stop him from killing him.
He didn't have his knife on him at that point in time.
He didn't have anything on him.
But then later on, he had his knife on him again.
Yeah, one of them had to scream Mortal Kombat at some point, and then they could fist fight. I think is how it works. Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Give
it. Listen, it's only a matter of time before they cross. Actually, they probably did. I think they have crossed Predator over into Mortal Kombat.
I feel like Predator is in one of the games. One of the last.
I know the Xenomorph was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was one of them, or Injustice, maybe one of the two. I don't remember.
So the scene where Dylan like knocks over that or knocks the like log down and makes a bunch of noise while they're trying to sneak around, and fucking
make that much noise to be honest.
And Pat comes up to him and is like, "You're ghosting us, motherfucker. I'm gonna bleed you out if you ever, like, dude." That like the way that he says it is just like so like nonchalant, and he's like, just sits there and takes it, Like, oh yeah, I'm in charge of this operation, but I'm sorry, I don't mean to be bad, Daddy.
Yeah.
But Dylan is also just a piece of garbage. Like,
yeah, his whole, fake pretense of going in there. His whole like.
Well, not just that, but like him and fucking
Dutch.
What the hell is Arnie's real name? Dutch. Or what was his name in the movie?
Yeah.
Dutch. Like they're supposed to be like really good friends, right?
Well, they were.
Yeah.
And then Arnold still became like the rescue guy, or Dutch became the rescue guy, and Dylan went into the CIA, became a desk man or whatever.
Yeah, literally became a cop. Yep.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like once they found the bodies the first time, the ones that were hanging, and he didn't give up the fact that, oh yeah, we kind of set those guys here.
Yep.
Like you literally set these guys up to fail, but he did. He said that. He's like, you guys are
expendable.
Yeah.
And then we got like 5 movies from just that one line.
4, I think.
Oh, are there only 4? I don't know.
I don't know. I stopped watching after I think 3.
I think I saw the 3rd one because I think that's the one that's got Wesley Snipes in it and
Jet Li, maybe. I don't remember.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I thought Jet Li was in the 2nd one.
I don't.
It doesn't matter.
They bleed together.
So
I haven't watched those in a while. They're good.
So my last note on here, every time you see the Predator's heat vision is the most boring parts of the movie, and I was literally falling asleep every time it was on the screen. Like it was just every time it was on the screen, I was like, "Oh, so nothing's happening."
I am surprised you were able to sleep through that with the obnoxious like distortion sound that he would have when you were in his like view.
Oh, you've never lived in downtown Fort Wayne, man.
That's true. That's true. I haven't. That's true. It's quiet up here. Upstate.
So, fun fact, I didn't realize this till after I was actually going through IMDb. Peter Cullen does the voice for the Predator. Peter Cullen, if you don't know, famously Optimus Prime. But he had done
what lines?
So like
the purring.
all the purring and the growling and the chittering.
Can you imagine paying that? Like you're paying Optimus Prime money to get gurs and growls?
So
and the laugh.
Well,
no, I think
that
was somebody. I thought that was him mimicking somebody else's laugh, wasn't it?
It was. He was mimicking Billy's laugh throughout the movie. I feel like the end might have been like he started out mimicking Billy and then turned into his own. I could be wrong. Not sure.
Okay.
But according to IMDb, Cullen had just got done doing voice for a King Kong movie, and apparently hurt his voice. Like it was like tore up some of his vocal cords, I guess. And so that's like he was actually hacking up blood when he was doing some of the purring and the chittering. So
that's crazy. What King Kong movie?
I was gonna try and find that again.
The 80s one? Or the
it had to have been because Let's see
I
here.
remember watching that. They have like a gratuitous scene where they just pump King Kong full of bullets. Easy.
All right, so here's the actual quote or the actual thing. The distinctive clicking and gurgling sound the Predator makes throughout the movie was thought up by Peter Cullen. After the producers approached him to give the Predator a voice, he was taken aback because he had no idea what such a creature was supposed to sound like. Not to mention what the producers were reluctant to show what the character was finally going to look like. They relented and showed him the design, and Cullen, who thought the Predator resembled a dying horse crab, remembered as a kid how if he turned one over, it would gurgle. And that became the Predator sound. The character of Predator was never meant to make the distinctive clicking sounds. Peter Cullen had finished 11 reels of King Kong and was coughing up blood. He chose this vocalization because it was easy on his voice.
Interesting.
Damn.
King Kong 1976. Sorry, they just figured that one out.
I don't remember that one.
Interesting. So he did the voice of King Kong in there, does Optimus Prime in the 80s, early 80s. So technically, but if he didn't do King Kong and heard his voice, we never would have got the Optimus Prime we know and love today.
Huh.
Because this came out in 87. This is 9 years later.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. Fun trivia. My last little note is there at the end. Second note. The invisibility the Predator had, at times it looked fine.
Did it?
The one
No.
When it wasn't moving?
Well, yeah, the one scene when Dylan is panning around and it's just standing there, you can see it if you're actually paying attention. But when he's moving, it looks bad. When the Predator itself is moving,
it's like, how do you do CGI claymation and do like see through? It looked bad.
They had the way they said in IMDb, it didn't sound coherent, so I'm not even gonna attempt to try and cover that one.
It didn't. Well, it obviously didn't look coherent either.
It did not. My last note is at like some bad editing there at the end when Arnold is making the fire, setting up the traps, and then calls to the Predator. The Predator shows up and is jumping from tree to tree. It's night with Arnold. Predator's jumping during the day, and then it's back to night when it makes camp. So I mean, it's not. It didn't take me out of the movie. It was just like, oh, that was bad.
Wrong.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Chuck, you got any more notes?
No, I just love this movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I do have one thing to say. I am unsure of why they had the female character in this at all.
Because they needed somebody to be pervy and disgusting for like a little bit.
Gotcha.
To justify their death, I guess.
Actually, to give a little bit of backstory, because she had mentioned that as a child, she had heard stories from like the elders of her village about these creatures coming.
I guess that's true.
Time to time.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
Which kind
she also reveals.
No, she doesn't. I checked and I didn't put it on my count.
No, she does something. She tells them, because we find out she actually can speak English.
Yeah.
And she tells Dutch something that's like somewhat important.
About the
what Joey just said.
Yeah.
Was it that part? Okay, I wasn't
so.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, because the entire time before she starts talking, all she's saying is that the woods or the trees is coming, the jungle is coming alive.
I might be thinking when Carl, or not Carl, one of them realizes that Poncho's not actually translating.
Yeah,
correctly.
Dylan. He translated it wrong.
Right. Well, he didn't translate it wrong. I think he was like, I took that as he wasn't translating it wrong.
He was interpreting it
and purposely telling them what he thinks they want to hear, as justification for going and like killing whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I always took it. Like I always thought he was doing it maliciously, like on purpose, translating incorrectly.
Okay.
And that's why he gets called out for it.
Speaking of Pancho, definitely felt bad for him getting crushed by the log and then shot in the head. That sucked.
The shot in the head was probably a mercy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a little bit.
The other dude who like shaves and cuts his face or whatever,
Mac.
he goes like fucking crazy, right? Like what was that? Yeah, what was happening at the end there? Were they like just doing like some type of satire to like Vietnam veterans or something? Like what was that?
I think it was because he lost Blaine and like we
his lover
earlier. It was his lover. So
that's true.
My question is
so apparently the actor, I can't Duke something, whatever, he improvised, like he had the shaving thing. So allegedly the crew had to scramble to try and find a razor that would squirt blood at that scene to cut when he cut himself. So that's
interesting. Which, like, what was the point of that?
No, there wasn't any.
Yeah, like I guess just to make him look cool. I don't
know. To show that he wasn't actually paying attention to what he was doing and he was tense. So, he pushed it against there until it broke. But my question is, fucking when Billy dies, his little like noble stand where he like throws his gear and throws his gun and pulls out his fucking like big ass machete looking motherfucking thing, and then like he scrapes across his chest, and then he just dies. Yeah. He doesn't even like there's not even like a
he got Indiana Jones like right in the chest.
Yeah, it's worse because it was off screen.
Yeah.
He doesn't even get a righteous kill on screen. He just dies.
Yep. You know why? It's because he was a douchebag and had to have a bodyguard around with him to keep him from picking fights. And
he was going to fight the director if they didn't take it off screen.
I love it. Alrighty. So for the kill count, like I said earlier, it was really hard to count when they were killing everybody in the village. I think I got.
Oh, that's only one kill.
No.
Yeah, it was one coordinated attack.
No. I'm with Joey on this one.
That takes away like.
Okay, but you have to count however many the truck killed as one.
That's true. That's just one.
Yeah, I counted that as one. Like every time they fired a grenade and like 3 people blew up, I counted as one.
Okay, good. Good.
So I also counted when they were mowing down the trees. I counted that as 5 because each of them were shooting. So, because trees are living things.
True.
We established that in.
We did not. So it's not.
No, we established that in Aliens or Terminator. We established in Terminator. Anyways,
what's the fucking kill count?
I got 51 plus 1 Dylan limb.
Plus 1 what?
Dylan limb.
Oh, okay.
Because it's arm gun.
Yeah. Yep.
Technically, do we count skin as a limb?
Ooh.
Because they all got skinned at one point.
They had their skulls taken out, and like.
Does the limb removal only count if they're alive?
I think we have. I've been counting it. Well, yeah, I've been counting it as them alive because then they die later on, obviously. But
right. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, we had to do it right here if we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
This is the stupidest fucking show. Okay, go.
Ron, what you got for bingo?
Government interference, betrayal by a friend, comic book logic, animal cruelty, hero kills, product placement, very specifically just the radio.
You got when
MTV
was MTV shirt.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
For like a minute.
Yeah. Unexplainable science, misogyny, a montage. It was not a training montage, but we still had a montage.
True.
And sexual innuendo.
Yep. You also had revealed to an enemy. Isn't that on the list?
Identity reveal.
Yeah, takes his helmet off.
That is true.
That is true. I'll count that.
Yeah.
I was really proud of that. I was like, oh, I hope Ron got that on the bingo.
Should we put in the bingo Black Guy Dies First?
I mean, we are deep in the weeds of Black Guy Dies First. So,
but like the last couple of movies, like Aliens and this one, the Black Guy didn't die first.
That's
I think
true.
Terminator, the Black Guy didn't die first.
Are we adding more horror comics? Because if that's the case, we're in trouble.
We are. I gotta look at my list. We are sort of. Yeah. Oh well, things change for it. We're gonna be in like some of the same things for a bit, and then
rotate through.
Yeah.
I hope October's all Halloween themed. That'd be exciting.
I can tell you offline. But before that, Chuck, what you got for Spawn Cape?
All right, man, none of this looks real great. You know what I mean? Like it looks rough. It looks like 1980. What's its nuts? Ooh. I don't even think it probably looked good back then. Maybe it did. I don't know. But even the practical stuff, the practical stuff was okay.
Yes, it was very okay.
It was. You know what? It was perfectly okay.
You have to remember, we've had Alien, Terminator, Alien 2, or Alien, sorry. A couple other, Supermans, a couple other like movies up to this point with better special effects.
That is very true. I'm gonna say 4 out of 326 Spawn Capes.
Take it.
Yeah, because anytime he tried to move the Predator trim, even when he was like the electricity, like his suit wasn't working, looked rough. Like it looked like the same thing when like everyone stands still while they do the tracing with the lightsabers from Star Wars. It was like that same vibe. It's not great. But when you're not looking at the Predator's hands, the suit looks fucking awesome. Like the Predator itself looks dope. So
I have always been a big fan of the Predator's helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just looks kind of cool.
And it gets better. Like they do different, like, because every Predator has a different style.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I like Praise the most. I haven't figured that out yet, but I think I like Praise the most.
I mean, Prey's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Prey was just a fucking awesome movie.
It was a skull. It was cool. I really hope I hope they run with that concept because Prey did really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I would love them to do more period pieces with this series.
Yeah. All right. So on to our rating.
All right. Is this a Predator movie? Yes, it is the quintessential Predator movie. I unapologetically love this movie for all of its faults. Like a child, you know what I mean? Like you still love your kid even though they're a horrible person. Yeah. I will show this movie to people. It's like the quintessential action movie. We know my unbridled love for Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Travolta and Jesse Ventura in this as well. But can I score it higher than weirdly enough, never on my top 5. I don't even know if it'd be on my top 10. Weirdly enough, I love this movie, but it's also forgettable for me.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Again, it's like an experience every time you watch it. Oh.
I love Jason X, but it's not a great movie.
Yeah.
But I love watching it.
It's one of the I think it makes the bottom 10 if I do my Hall of Famed 1 and 2. I think then it makes the list.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, God, I still love it though. I had such a good time watching it. 8.6.
Damn.
Yeah, I still it's awful and it looks terrible. I don't care. It's still fun. It's still a good time. I would definitely show this to my nephew when he's old enough.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna love it. I know he's not, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Show it to him before he hits 11 years old, and he'll love it.
That's true. Yeah. Well, he's a big scaredy cat. But
he might actually still like it. You never know.
Also, he watched. So you know how we were the generation that kind of got started with YouTube.
Yeah.
He's the generation that is born of YouTube.
Yes.
He still watches. That motherfucker at camp yesterday was walking around and like, "Hey guys, make sure you like and subscribe." He is 5. He thinks that's how you say hello to people.
Oh shit!
Holy shit! I thought it was a joke, and I
need
realized it wasn't a joke.
I need you to punch your sibling right in the nose.
I can't. I can't. Want to sometimes. Anyway, Ronald,
what you got?
Okay, so the movie is not great, but it's also great. Like it's terrible. I originally planned on coming here and just like super hardcore shitty on it because I know how much Chuck loved it, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But we did get some pretty dank memes out of this movie, and I mean, it is exactly what you want out of an '80s action movie. Other than we didn't get to see titties. Having said that, I gave it a 6.73 because there were no titties. It might have gotten a 7 if there were titties.
Yeah, I don't know. Did it really need titties? Where
No.
was
Wait.
No.
Does any 80s?
Technically,
Yes.
we got titties with Arnold's, or who else was naked? Billy.
No. See, but no. The only one I would accept would have been Carl Weathers because he had the biggest tits of them all in this movie.
They were fucking huge. He was juicing.
Yeah.
He was leaking. He was like so huge.
Love it.
Anyways, Joey, what did you give this one?
I first time viewing it, I really, really loved it. Like this was a fun 80s action movie. Like if this is up there with Alien and Terminator and all that. Like it's a great action movie. A great just you want to see a bunch of people getting killed off randomly by a monster? Here you go. There are some problems. It is definitely has some, very 80s feel to it. We talked about, special effects not being great.
Dialogue.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, similar to
we get some fucking seriously good one-liners from it.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, a lot of the dialogue is garbage.
But similar to what Ron said when he was falling asleep during the alien vision thing, like I was having trouble keeping awake during the montages and during a lot of because like a lot of the back half of the movie is no dialogue. It's literally Arnold setting up traps, the Predator just gurgling and chittering and doing all that, which is fine. But I was having trouble just kind of keeping my eyes awake. Now,
yeah.
Also, I was very tired. Again, this is my third podcast today, so.
The montage is literally just an excuse to get Arnold to flex on screen.
All of them.
Yeah. Like all of it. Like he literally is hitting flex poses.
We did get Carl Weathers with his shirt off.
Yeah.
In the montage.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was the only one that counted was Carl Weathers because, he had those big old daddy milkers or whatever.
I thought you said the only one you would count would be Carl Weathers. Because
yeah, that's what I said. The only one I would actually count for that would be,
Okay.
Huge titties.
Like I said, I really enjoyed this one. I've got no issue watching it again whatsoever. I gave this a 7.14, which gives us a combined score of 7.49, which puts it at number 23 out of 112.
Okay. I'll
That's
take
pretty
that.
good.
It's 25. I'll take that.
Yeah. It's just above Willow at a 7.4.
Goddamn right it is.
Right.
That's only because somebody didn't dog shit on somebody else's movie for that.
We should have.
I was nice.
And just behind Creepshow and RoboCop at 7.5. Oh, and Flash Gordon, Greatest Adventure.
Oh, I like RoboCop. I think I'm more than I like Predator. So that would.
I like RoboCop more than Predator. Also.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So there we go.
Sweet.
I love this. A good spot. I really like that spot for that.
Yeah,
it's good.
So Chuck, where can they find you at, buddy?
Hey, you can find me over at
nice
TikTok. I don't know. TikTok, Instagram, Kicked Out of the Hood, No Ian Kicked. You can find my hobby page, Kicked Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicked. At time of release of this video, I will have had my game of Blood and Plunder which I'm very excited about, in Connecticut, hanging out with some friends before the summer ends. And I will have had a 4th edition Age of Sigmar Spearhead Army painted. So go check those out. I'm playing the Cruel Boys, which are totally not Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings, even though that's what they are. They're 100%. And I will have, hopefully, a game of Gasland Refueled, where if you don't know Gasland's Refueled, it is essentially Death Race in miniature form, and you use Hot Wheel cars. So you customize your Hot Wheel cars. And I bought some Hot Wheel cars, strapped some guns to them, and I'm going to get them painted up. So go check those out, and hopefully some highlights of that game. So,
nice.
Ronald, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game, and you can find me right here on this wonderful podcast. Joey, where can they find you?
Joey, why don't you tell me where they can find you?
Very good. You guys can find the show Comic Book Rundown on Instagram and Twitter. Nope, Instagram and Threads. Email us comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcast. You have a choice. If you do, we'll read an upcoming episode. We've got merch over on Redbubble and TeePublic with new merch coming periodically. We actually are putting merch up there, so go check it out.
Yeah, go fucking buy it, you dorks.
Yeah.
It's good.
Ron draws them.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted a shirt of Snoopy shooting Batman's parents? Because it's there.
I went to work the other day, and a friend was like, "Oh, I recognize Snoopy. What else is going on?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the Waynes. Joe killed the Waynes." She's just like, "What? Where do you find this?"
Right here on this podcast.
Stupid jokes I come up with my friends on a shitty podcast. Do you want Seth Rogen as Jabba the Hutt? Because it's fucking up there.
Yes, it is.
I had to explain the Alderaan rule for one shot, one kill. So okay, well, I was talking about God, I can't remember what we were talking about. I was like, oh, it's like Alderaan, it's only one kill. And they're like, wait, what is that? How does that? And I was trying to explain to them, the rule for the show. And I was like, well, you really don't know how many people were on Alderaan, right? So you can't theoretically say that, there were this many people on there, so it's one kill. Right?
I mean, technically, yes.
There's show.
Anywho.
Wait, what is the show called?
Huh?
What was the show called that we're on?
Oh, this is the Comic Book Rundown.
No, I thought you said you were on a show having.
No, I was talking about the show.
Oh, I thought for some reason thought you said you were on a show and the show was called One Shot, One Kill. I'm like, wait, their name of the show is the fucking joke and they don't get it? I'm so confused. No, this
make that show. That'd be kind of fun.
We need it.
We only review movies where there's one kill.
Goddamn. Yeah, so our song, I gotta finish this up. Song was done by Cam. Our next movie, Dr. Father Cam. Our next movie, The Toxic Avenger Part 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie.
Oh no.
Joey. Man, all right. It's on Prime, I believe.
It is on. Looks like Peacock, Tubi, Fandango, Prime. Yeah, it's on a lot. So.
Are we getting Jordan back on for this one, or
he wasn't on the second one?
Oh, I guess that's true.
He doesn't want to talk about these.
I don't want to talk about them, but
yeah, real quick though, you know more about me than I do about it than I do. You know more about me than I do, Joey, for sure. But do you know why Amazon Prime is advertising HBO Max stuff?
Because there is is that the bundle? I believe Prime, Netflix, and Max you can bundle them together.
Oh, cable. Okay, so we're getting cable again.
Or was it? No, wait.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's Max, Disney, and there's three that you can now bundle together. I can't remember what they are.
Okay, because I had a notification from Prime like from Prime Video, about the things that are coming out this week.
Yes,
on HBO Max. I'm like, what the fuck?
So I think it's that. I could be wrong, but at the same time, Max, Warner Brothers, is literally giving all their material to literally any service that will take them because they're bleeding money. So,
what if they just like did better?
They were doing great for a while, and then they put the wrong person in charge, and he's like, "No, we don't want to make projects that would actually get people to come."
Yeah, he was like, "Bring in Zack Snyder. Let's do more." Listen, when you set me up for it, like, what am I supposed to do?
Fair, very fair.
I didn't touch that one. I was letting Chuck have it.
Yeah, thank you. I was referring more to like the Batgirl movie or the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie that both were completed. Well,
I would watch that. That sounds awesome.
No
the
shit.
Wile E. Coyote one, like that was done. Warner Bros. Like, yeah, we don't want to put it out anymore. They tried shopping it around, but my guess is the price that they wanted for it was not what any other service was willing to pay for it. So they just shelved it. Right. And then Batgirl, they said it was a hot mess and it wasn't completely done. Like they still hadn't done post-production, but like they were done filming and they shelved it and it was a tax write-off. So we're never going to see that movie.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because they definitely know what the difference between a hot mess and not a hot mess is and what they should and shouldn't release. So, yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Anyway.
So, but yeah, that's all that. But no, I believe Prime and Max and maybe Netflix, like you can bundle all three together now and for a cheaper price.
But anyways, so that's what we're going to watch it on. Okay.
We're gonna watch it on something. It's on one of those.
It's free somewhere, so
it's gonna. You watch it on Tubi. It'll be a fucking nightmare again. Was it Tubi or Pluto? Pluto was the what? Pluto. What was the garbage thing we had to watch Popeye on?
Pluto had too many commercials. Tubi is not
Tubi's
many
good.
Commercials.
Yeah, Tubi's was better about it.
Yeah.
Pluto's got about the same amount. And I pay for that, so
yeah.
But anywho, so yeah, that's it for that. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Next time.
Herp a derb and Scooby Doo. Why don't you tell me about Scooby Doo?